And Michael, let me tell you something. When you go in for a mammogram, I had to start getting them, I think, at 45. I can't remember when I started getting them, but you go in there, and that's always a scary one, right? Because you're there to look for cancer. I mean, that's the only reason. You go to the GYN for a lot of reasons, but you go there to catch it. So you go and you put on your little robe, and then they have you sit in a little like waiting area. This is where I go in New York. You have to sit in this little waiting area. It's a small little room, and there's maybe 4 or 5 other women also wearing the little robe. We're all there for the same reason. And there's a tension. There's a bonding. There's something kind of lovely about it, to be honest with you, because it's like we're all there for the same thing. We're all hoping for the same result. We're all a little scared we're going to get something else. And then they call you out one by one. You go get the test, and then you got to go back into the waiting room until you get called in by the radiologist who will tell you what the results were. So the whole thing is a little tense. And I do not want to see a fucking man sitting in there with me and my fellow women who actually do have things to worry about, who don't. Yeah. It's hard enough to get in for these visits to the best doctors and go through all this stuff and deal with the insurance, all that. It's absurd to pretend like, how does it affect your life? It affects my life in very vulnerable situations in which I already feel unsteady. Nancy.
Too bad.